Hello students, welcome to my next video. Last class we all discussed the introduction part of biotechnology. What is biotechnology, what is the principle of biotechnology, and little bit idea about genetic engineering. Genetic engineering is also called recombinant DNA technology. What is recombinant DNA technology? The joining of DNA molecules from different species and that combined molecules inserted into a host organism to produce a new genetic combination product is called recombinant DNA technology. And the joining of two different DNA molecules combined and form a DNA molecule, that combined DNA molecule is called recombinant DNA. As per last class I told that it is one type of cut paste method, means the molecular part of one organism cut from one organism and that particular part paste into the another organism and form a combined product. This combined molecule is called recombinant molecule. This recombinant molecule transferred into the host cell for the multiplication of recombinant molecule. So, before we go to the total process of genetic engineering, total process of recombinant DNA technology, first we must have to know the tools which are used in recombinant DNA technology. So students, today's our topic is tools of recombinant DNA technology. What are the tools used in recombinant DNA technology? Those tools are restriction enzyme, which is help to cut, DNA ligase, which is help to bind, cloning vectors, which is act as a carrier, host organism, which is help to multiplication or propagation. Let's discuss one by one. First, restriction enzyme. Restriction enzyme is also called molecular seizure because this enzyme help to cutting the molecules, so it is called molecular seizure. These enzymes are used for cutting of DNA at a specific location. So what is the quality of this restriction enzyme? The quality is this enzyme cutting the DNA at a particular, at a specific location. Restriction enzyme belongs to a larger class of enzyme called nuclease enzyme. Nuclease enzyme is basically two types. One is exonuclease enzyme and another one is endonuclease enzyme. What is exonuclease enzyme and what is endonuclease enzyme? In exonuclease enzyme, nucleotides removed from the terminal end of DNA. In exonuclease enzyme, the nucleotides are cut from the terminal end, and in endonucleotide and in the endonucleotide they make an internal cut at a specific position within the DNA. So in exonuclease enzyme the nucleotides are removed from the terminal end, and in the endonuclease enzyme the nucleotides or make a internal cut. Here internal cut occur, here terminal cut occur. So restriction enzyme, previously we discussed the the quality of restriction enzyme is it have the quality to cut the DNA at a specific location. Restriction enzyme is belongs to endonuclease enzyme. Because of endonuclease enzyme, it have capable to cut the DNA at a specific location. So this restriction enzyme is also called restriction endonuclease enzyme. In 1968, Smith, Wilcox and Keeley isolated and characterized the first restriction endonuclease from influenza bacterium and called it as HIND2 enzyme. And see, restriction enzymes are widely found in prokaryotes organism. For example, EcoR1. The source of this enzyme is EcoR1, EcoR2, BAMH1 and HIND2, HIND3 etc. are the restriction enzyme, and the source of these enzymes are EcoR1. The source of this enzyme is E. coli bacteria. BAMH1, the source is Bacillus bacteria. Hind 2-3, the source is Haemophilus influenzae bacterium. And these enzymes have particular recognition sequence. By this, using this particular recognition sequence, restriction enzyme caught the DNA at the particular location. Restriction enzyme caught the DNA using two patterns. One is sticky end and another one is blunt end. What is sticky end and what is blunt end? In sticky end, the recognition site of DNA is caught by help of restriction endonuclease enzyme in complementary pattern. They caught overhangs with each other like this. Using restriction enzyme, the DNA is caught complementary cut, or they both are overhangs with each other. And what is the blunt end? The blunt end is the recognition site of DNA is caught by help of restriction enzyme in uniform form. In uniformly, it is caught, no overhangs occur in the blunt end. This is the blunt end cut. When the same restriction endonuclease enzyme caught different species of DNA, the fragment of DNA produced by donor and recipient means two different species of DNA which are produced the same kind of sticky end for the formation of recombinant DNA. This restriction enzyme is also act as a part of defense mechanism called the restriction modification system. Using this enzyme, we modify the molecular part which is provide protection to the host cell from the foreign DNA. The foreign DNA ligate with the carrier-like vector and easily introduced into the host cell for rapid propagation. Then our next tool is DNA ligase. What is DNA ligase? DNA ligase help for ligation, help for joining, help for sealing. DNA ligase is a specific type of enzyme which help to joining the DNA strand or ligate the DNA strand. It plays an important role to repairing the single stranded breaks in the DNA. Sealing the single stranded breaks of the DNA. Some DNA ligase also repair double stranded DNA breaks like DNA ligase 4 enzyme. When a restriction enzyme caught the vector DNA and foreign DNA, that time DNA ligase help to joining the vector DNA and foreign DNA. Here see, the restriction enzyme caught the sticky end cut, and then the DNA ligase joined the both single stranded sticky end, and here sticky end ligation occurred by the help of DNA ligase. So what is the function of DNA ligase? By the help of DNA ligase, the two sticky end joined or sealed or bind together. DNA ligase forms diester bond between adjacent nucleotide. It is able to link two fragments of DNA by covalent bond. By this covalent bond joining, DNA ligase have capable to bind or joining these two ends. Now our next tool is cloning vector, which is act as a carrier. A cloning vector is a small piece of DNA. This cloning vector provide a backbone for the DNA to insert and reproduce and propagated in the host cell. A vector is a DNA molecule which has the ability to replicate in a host cell. When the foreign DNA insert into the vector DNA and then that recombinant vector easily replicate or propagated in the host cell. Here the vector is act as a vehicle, or this vector is act as a carrier which is carry the foreign DNA and easily introduce into the host cell. Here vector play a role of mediator which give protection to both foreign DNA and the host cell. How it give protection to both foreign DNA and host cell? Listen, maybe the foreign DNA harm to the host cell, or because of unknown fragment of DNA, the host cell has not able to replicate the foreign DNA easily. So vector is necessary for recombinant DNA technology. By the help of vector, the foreign DNA is inserted into the vector and that recombined vector transferred into the host cell for the propagation. So depend upon the size of target DNA, different vectors are used, that is plasmid, bacteriophage, cosmid, BAC, bacterial artificial chromosome, YAC, yeast artificial chromosome, etc. Now we discuss one by one vectors, cloning vectors. First one is plasmid. Plasmid are autonomously replicating circular double standard extra chromosomal DNA. Because of autonomously replicated nature, it replicates easily in the host cell without the help of host DNA. Host is only the frame which gives suitable environment for the replication of this vector. So plasmid is also called extra chromosomal DNA, which is able to replicate itself. Plasmid replicate only in E. coli host cell, means in the E. coli only the plasmid are replicate easily. Most commonly, this plasmid vector is used in various recombinant technology. The intake capacity of plasmid is 12 kb to 15 kb in size, means up to 12 kb to 15 kb foreign DNA or target DNA insert into the plasmid vector and form a recombinant vector or recombinant DNA. Commonly, earliest vector is PBr322. See the diagram of PBr322. The size of this plasmid vector is 4361 base pair. Generally, plasmid are composed of three major components. One is origin of replicating site, one is multiple cloning site MCS, and another one is ampicillin resistance gene and tetracycline resistance gene, which are antibiotic resistance gene, also called the marker gene. What is ORI site? ORI, origin of replication site. The origin of replication, what is the function of this ORI site? The function of this ORI site is this origin of replication refers to a specific location in the strand at which replication begins. Here replication begins. Here replication start from this point. Then another one component is polylinker site or multiple cloning site MCS. In plasmid, the polylinker is one of the most important part of the molecule. Basically, a polylinker is a short sequence of DNA consisting of a few sites for cleavage by restriction enzyme. As such, multiple cloning sites allow for easy insertion of DNA through ligation or restriction enzyme digestion. By using this site, we can easily insert the foreign DNA in this part only. So, by the help of restriction enzyme and DNA ligase enzyme, the foreign fragment is inserted in this multiple cloning site easily. The next one is antibiotic resistance gene. This is also one of the main component of plasmid. This antibiotic resistance gene is also called marker gene. By this help of marker gene, we can found the plasmid, we can differentiate the plasmid, normal bacteria, normal host cell easily. Plasmid are conferring antibiotic resistant property to other species of bacteria. Ampicillin resistance gene, those bacteria have the capability to resist the ampicillin antibiotic, only that bacteria can survive. As usual, only the tetracycline resistant capability bacteria are carry the plasmid. Now go for plasmid diagram, how it transfer and form a recombinant product. Here the multiple cloning site, plasmid vector caught by restriction enzyme, then a 12 kb to 15 kb foreign fragment is inserted into that multiple cloning site, and now replication start, formed a recombinant product. Go for the bacteriophage. Bacteriophage are viruses that bacteriophage are virus that infect bacterial cell. Why it is called bacteriophage? Because the host cell is bacteria and phage means virus. These viruses are depend on the bacteria, so it is called bacteriophage. These virus infect bacterial cell, so it is called bacteriophage. This phage can act as a vector which accept very large pieces of foreign DNA. Due to accept the large pieces of foreign DNA, we can use the bacteriophage as a vector. It consists of a single layer of DNA up to 20 to 25 kilobyte target DNA can insert into the bacteriophage. This one is the bacteriophage diagram. Lambda phage and M13 phage are the two cloning vectors. Here I give the example of lambda phage. This lambda phage, from the lambda phage, the phage DNA was collected. 45 kilobase per phage DNA was collected from the lambda phage, and then in that phage DNA, using restriction enzyme, the not necessary part of lambda phage DNA which is not used in replication was removed. In that part, the target DNA, E. coli, the target DNA, here the give the example of the target DNA is eukaryotic DNA. The target DNA is transferred into that part, and ligase enzyme joined the both phage DNA and eukaryotic DNA easily. Now this recombinant DNA is packaged into the phage containing coat, and this lambda phage transferred into the host cell for rapid propagation. Again I elaborate. Here the phage DNA, here the lambda phage collected from the lambda phage, the phage DNA was collected, and here the target DNA is occur. The target DNA and lambda phage DNA is caught by same restriction enzyme, and then that target DNA was inserted into the lambda phage DNA and form a recombinant product. That recombinant product packaged into the lambda phage coat, protein coat, and transferred into the host cell for rapid propagation. This is the function of bacteriophage vector. Now cosmid. What is cosmid? Combination of plasmid and bacteriophage is called cosmid. It is a synthetic vector, also called engineering vector. In the right side, cosmid vector, here is the cosmid vector, here is the foreign DNA. Both restriction enzyme caught the cosmid vector and foreign DNA. Now the foreign DNA ligate in the cosmid vector and formed a recombinant product. This, and then this recombinant DNA molecule packaged into the bacteriophage and transferred into the host cell for rapid propagation. So how it is called? The combination of plasmid and bacteriophage. As like plasmid, it caught the foreign DNA and transferred into the plasmid vector, then form a recombinant product. Then the as like bacteriophage packaging, using bacteriophage, this recombinant product is transferred and formed host cell product and transferred into the host cell for production of product. Now BAC, bacterial artificial chromosome, and YAC, yeast artificial chromosome. These bacterial artificial chromosome and yeast artificial chromosome, which are prepared in the laboratory condition, by which large target DNA can insert into this vector. BAC vector is maintained in E. coli cell and YAC vector maintained in yeast cell. The intake capacity of BAC vector is 350 kb and the target DNA must be 350 kb, and the intake capacity of YAC vector is up to 3000 kb. If the foreign DNA is large, up to 3000 kb, the YAC vector can capable to carry those 3000 kb foreign DNA, insert into those 3000 kb foreign DNA, insert into the YAC vector and making the and forming a recombinant molecule. Now the last tool is host organism. What is host? Host is an organism or cell which are used for propagation, which are used for cloning, which are used for multiplication of the recombinant DNA molecules. Variety of host cell which include bacteria, yeast, plant cell, animal cell. These are host cell which are used to transport the recombinant DNA molecule in this bacteria or the yeast or plant cell or in animal cell. These cells are used for propagation. Recombinant DNA transferred into the cell with purpose of cloning. Here the recombinant DNA occur. Recombinant DNA transferred into the host cell for the purpose of cloning. Now amplification occur and large number of recombinant molecules are produced by the help of host cell. Most commonly, E. coli are used as host because of easy to culture and handle in the laboratory condition. We can use E. coli cell as a host organism. Various sometimes plant cell are used as host organism, sometimes animal cells are also used in organism, and sometimes plant cell, animal cell, sometimes yeast, sometimes E. coli. Various the common host organism is E. coli because E. coli is easily cultured in the laboratory and in a few seconds the growth of E. coli is very rapid. So in the next class we discuss about the total process. What is restriction enzyme, what is DNA ligase, what is vector, what is host organism. You all know about this. Now we go thoroughly the process of recombinant DNA technology. Thank you students. Thank you for watching my video.